Generic greetings. So, situation report. Help. The virus is spreading. We had a virus sort of pop up on one or two prisoners or whatever. I don't know how it managed to get in the prison. Maybe some horrible food or whatever. Maybe an off potato or maybe something that was smuggled in. Either way, someone caught something. Or it could have been food visitation or whatever. However it happened, the virus came into the prison. And then it spread to over 100 prisoners and then to over 150 and then to over 200. And we've managed to pull it down to 187. Oh, sorry, 178 rather. If I can actually read. But the problem is it's on several prisoners. Now, a lot of them are getting sicker. We have hired loads of doctors. We've got loads of doctors, as you can see, but that's not really resolving the issue too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do everything I can really to stop this. So I need to go to some emergencies and call in some paramedics. Now, paramedics, as far as I'm aware, can treat viruses. So what I'm going to do is move them down to, say, I guess the sort of entrance to the kitchen on that side. So I need some paramedics to go over there. Then I need these paramedics to go over to there, okay? So that's actually... I've selected loads of people there. So what's going to happen is the paramedics are going to go to either side here, and they're going to sit in the canteen, and hopefully they'll be able to cure people as they go in. Now, there's two types of viruses, so I hear. There's a deadly virus which actually will kill prisoners. They'll go unconscious and then die. And there's the other type which is just basically it's something that's a bit annoying and the cough and things like that and they can be sick. Now, I don't know if that's true, but also I don't know if what I can do to fix it. There's several known bugs with viruses, and basically the consensus on the subreddit for Prison Architect and on the forums is basically if you get a virus, you are somewhat a little screwed. So especially if they say, your prison is very close knit, and as you can clearly see, there's nothing quite closer than lots of prisoners in bunk beds. Oh, by the way, the reason my frame rate is garbage is because of all of these mail letters and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll be fixed at some point. So can you not fix him? One of the reasons why this is a real big problem is because the guards, the paramedics and the medics as well, and the doctors you hire, they don't really go around and sort of cure it as best they can. They'll sometimes just wait for people to turn up. Sometimes it'll be going past. It'll be just random reasons why stuff will get cured. But either way, we're on to 175. I could do a lockdown. If I say lockdown, no, that's not going to lock down. We want to bang up, don't we, really? We want to bang up. But that'll be the best thing to do. But either way, I really don't know what to do from here on in. I'm just going to have to see how it goes. Now, what I really want to do is get some automatic doors in a couple of areas. But first thing, I need to go around all of these doors that I did put automatic door openers on. You can see now the frame rate is nice and beautiful, even though we've got the same amount of prisoners. So it's just a memory thing, I'm guessing. Right, so I'm going to go around all of these doors that are locked open and obviously put them to normal. Now, we've got a lot of prisoners in the center now. This is where if something is going to spread, it is going to spread quite rapidly. So I've got paramedics in there to try and nurse them to health, but I don't know if that's actually being done. Let me see. So where are the paramedics? There's a paramedic. Telling them to do it, and they're not doing it. So it looks like that doesn't do anything. So I'm just going to get rid of them and they can go. Maybe they'll have an overall passive bonus to treat, but it doesn't seem to be that at all. So I've just told them to go home. So move all of these doors to normal mode, obviously, because we need them to open and close. That's fine. Because I did sort out the automatic doors in the previous episode, which is good. A lot of people were happy with that, although some said we should have really got on with this very, very quickly. But that's what I'll be doing in this one. And then obviously we'll be doing the final touches and finishing off in the one after that. So we'll see how we go. So just moving all of these doors to normal. Now there's a couple of doors that I haven't got automatic door openers on. It's this one and this one. And the reason for that, I've actually moved that to normal, is because if you're coming in here, then the chances are you are being escorted with a guard, especially if you're going past this one. This one I've got the automatic door opener because if we do have people coming into these cells, then you want them to be able to come and go if they haven't got a permanent lockdown. These ones in here, however, they do have to be escorted, so there's no reason why we can't just leave that as is. Obviously, that one I don't want to open automatic either, because the only people that'll be back around this area are guards or janitors, and then again, we don't have to automate every door. So yes, that's sorted. A lot of prisoners are now being, well, they're either dying off, but according to my prison account, that's not the case. It looks like they are actually getting cured. So either way, looks like that's getting sorted. Let's just go to our utilities and then connection. We need to connect up that there one there. Looks like we've got how many wires? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires there. You can have 8 in total, I believe. So I'm going to put another, let's have a quick look, CCTV camera in there, and then that should be all of the CCTV that we really need. Let's just have a quick look at utilities while we're in here. Yes, that's fine. What I need to do is run electrical cable into these areas. Obviously need to power up the different rooms. And then we'll go to our materials and then brick wall and then finally do the bit at the back. But what I want to do first is go to planning and just make sure that it is, yeah, it's 6 off the back. That's fine. I can get rid of that. Get rid of all of the inner bits here because that'll just get me all confused. And then we need to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, I believe it was it 4? Was it that? So that should be a gap of 4 inside there. That's 4. 4 and then 5. No, 4 and 4. 4 and 4. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Right, so we'll put the toilets in as well while we're here. We'll do both of the dormitories. We might as well get them both done. And obviously over to this side. Oh, that's wrong. That's even wronger. That's a word now. And then we'll sort out this seed. From there to there. And there we are. Okay, and obviously we'll put that in there as well. This is going to be the shower. So we will put in some drains while we're at it. Okay, so that should be all the automatic door openers, unless there's ones that I've missed. I'm sure there will be. It is now free time. I'm going to speed up to max speed. Looks like we've got lots of prisoners getting not cured. Well, I don't know whether they're getting cured or whether they are simply just getting over the infection. Do need to go to the staff here and basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and fire the rest. We don't need that many doctors. We basically have enough doctors for the medical beds. We're receiving 18,436 of generic units of currency per day. On top of that, we are obviously receiving more prisoners, which you'll be receiving in a moment for the rest of this. In fact, we might as well, while we're here, crack on with this. So let's just put that in there, that in there. These are the doors. And there we go, that's sorted. In fact, what I'm going to do is go to our intake, and we can see we've got over 100 prisoners available. We know that each one of these can take 60 prisoners. So I want to say prisoners per day, 60. So I'm going to receive 60 prisoners in the morning. Obviously, that is a low-risk set. I did say that I was going to mess around with it and see what we can do. We are sticking with low risk until we filled it up. Once the prison is done, then I'm going to move up, probably over the next, like the last episode or so, to high risk and see how it goes. But again, it really depends on how. Like I'll bring 10 in. If they kick off straight away, then it's just not going to happen. Obviously, I might get around to sharing the save file if that's what people want, and there's a lot of demand for that. I'm only going to do that if there is a huge demand for it. And then what I'll do is I will be able to see, just what other people have done as well, because I know immediately if I do share it, people are just going to get rid of all the prisoners and then just get high risk and see it kick off. But, that might be something we do later on for the Fight Club, so we'll see. So, need to go to a common room. Put common room in there, and in there. Sorted. Right. Toilet objects. There we go. There's them toilet objects done. Shakedown. A little bit late. Should have done this earlier. I'm gonna do some like shakedowns where it's just like one after another and after another after another. I know someone mentioned in the previous episode that when we did this shakedown, we had a quick look back at intelligence over like over these 24 hours, and there was still some supply here for different things. You actually see there's a lot of supply for fork, knives, scissors, tools. The reason that there is a massive supply for tools is because the privacy need is extremely low. The privacy need is extremely high, and no prisoners are getting privacy, right? Which means they want to escape, because obviously that's like that just makes them want to escape more. They want some privacy, and the only way to get it is to get out of the place. Obviously, weapons is quite high as well, because there's a lot of fear in the prison, because all the prisoners are together and things like that. Narcotics, not a great amount of supply for that. I guess the demand will be quite high. But luxuries, again, there's not a lot there as well, because there's, I guess it's, well, that's actually the price, I believe, isn't it? It's the price. So, you know, the price for lighters and cell phones quite low. But weapons, quite high. Anyway. But yeah, that's why prisoners are trying to escape a lot. That's the overall price for, say, your weapons and whatnot. So there's a lot of there's a lot of demand for it, so obviously it's going to be expensive, because it is basically a seller's market, this thing. Right, so we've just received a boatload of prisoners. What we need to do is go to utilities and then small pipe, and obviously we need to connect up all of these areas here, so we'll actually connect up correctly. There we are. There's that one sorted. Same thing over this side as well. Now, I think I got that right. Yes, I did. There we go. There's that connected up. Electrical cable we need to run in, so it goes up to there. Same thing on this side, up to the back there. And then we need to put in lots of bunk beds. So one there, and one there, and one there, and one there. There we go. And then this should be the last two cell blocks. Now, and we're not going to get the next grant, because I believe the next grant, is it 500? Yeah. Raise your prisoner capacity to 500. I don't think I've ever got that in any game ever. I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable either. You know, to get like to say, oh, I haven't got 500. Well, it's not exactly an easy thing to do to get 500 prisoners. I don't think, anyway. Okay, there's that sorted. And while we're here, showers. The best thing is I haven't even blinked at all, putting all them in terms of the money. It's like, yeah, whatever. We have enough. We have enough money. I think I'll be fine. Right, go over to our utilities and to CCTV, or CCTV, and we'll shove the CCTV in over there as well. Obviously, we need to sort out, while we're in utilities as well, this. So it's actually got some water. I really want to watch Escape from Alcatraz again now. Good film. Very good film. Right, so there is more prisoners. There's a Polaroid of someone playing a Game Boy by the look of it, or something like that. I'm doing that one. He's gonna Tetris. I don't know what they're playing. So there we go. 296, and it's still going up. Prisoners. It's gonna go to 200. Oh, sorry, 320 is the maximum capacity, I believe, for this place. Now this is going to start really putting strain on this area here, on the kitchen. And obviously we can increase the size of it, and I think it is about time we definitely increase, well, we put some more sinks in, basically, because, well, we just haven't got any, we haven't got enough. I'm going to put them like that, actually, either side, because then we're going to put a wheelie bin, which we should have had a long time ago, and I just haven't bothered. Wheelie bin in there, wheelie bin in there, and then we want a wheelie bin in that corner as well. There we are. Okay, there's actually a bit I need to sort out, and I know someone mentioned that as well, so we're going to get that sorted. Canteen, there we go, there's that sorted. Parole wasn't affected, and that doesn't have anything assigned to it. Right, so feed all prisoners. We're currently on 0%, 1, 2. Actually, sure it went to 0, then 1, then to 0 again. So we're going to feed all of the prisoners here. We do have, hopefully, more than enough food. Looks like all the cooks are bringing stuff onto this. Looks like we're on to over 60% now, which is good. Generally, if you feed over half the prisoners, then that'll be contented, because since I've got 2 eat times per day, it means that generally the chances are if they don't get fed at the first one, they'll get fed in the second, so they should be okay. There we go. We're over 90% now, and that'll be fine. There's no problem there at all. That guy is still a bit... I don't know whether that... Is that his colour or not? It just looked a bit green, maybe. I don't know. No, it's just the way the light is. Okay. Right, so we've got this bit sorted up the top. We'll go to rooms and then to shower. Obviously, we need to designate that as shower. There we are. There's that shower there. We're going to do another shakedown tonight. We need to check out the intelligence screen for a moment. We'll go to informants. You can see we've actually only got 3 informants. Last episode, we recruited several informants, but we never did anything with them. We just recruited them and went, cool, and then left it. You can see there's got a coverage and there's some suspicion there. I'm just going to activate one for the crack. Why not? I'm going to activate all 3, even though they will be found out. We've got ex-law enforcement there and loads of snitches all over the place. Nobody's bothered. There's really no bother at all there. What I'm going to do is put some cells in. I'm going to put these cells in here. Now, obviously, we could probably do bunk beds. Could we put bunk beds in cells? Is that a good idea? Putting a bunk bed in a cell? No. And these need to be solitary cells. That's what we're deciding. These need to be solitary cells. So we've got toilets. Put them in as well. There we are. And then utilities. Run some small pipe on there as well. There we go. So, yes, these are going to be our solitary cells. Actually, they're not solitary cells. They're going to be, like, protective custody cells. That's what they are going to be. So we need to go to our deployment. Protective custody. And then assign the cells separately. Because obviously once they put the doors on, then they can be done. There we go. So that's protective custody. Shakedown again tonight. Cells. Since I implemented the... what people were saying about the... I keep saying a lot. I apologise. It's a horrible habit. I introduced the... Well, not really introduced the removal, but I removed all of the doors. And getting rid of them has drastically reduced the escape attempts in the prison. That's like a Tetris factory that's exploded. That is a Tetris block factory that's just went kaboom and just fired L's out everywhere. Yeah, since I removed all of the doors, I don't think we've had one escape yet. I think there was one. I think there was one from either that one or that one. One of the two. There was some escape attempts. And it was pretty much one dig went from there to there. And that was it. It was like a real small amount. Not even like worried about it sort of thing. So that is a good thing. That's very good indeed. Let's just go to planning. And we need to remove pretty much all the planning we got. Because there's nothing else we really need to do. There we go. And we could, down the centre, if we wanted to, put a big line down the centre and have that as, well, we had a planning there, but we could put something like a, not a fence, but like a seating area or something like a bench. But I just don't think it's really required, if I'm totally honest with you. Let's just connect this one up, and we need to run it right down the bottom actually because of how it's going to be, because we're going to section that off in a moment. Words. Let's connect that CCTV up. I know I've got more space for CCTV, but we're not really going to put any more in, so I don't think there's any real problem there. That should be designated as office. There we go. Hire a lawyer. Because we did research it ages ago and I just totally forgot to do it. And then we want to go for permanent punishments. We could go for small cells, but I don't think we need to. And how much money have I got? 152. Okay. We're going to go for legal prep. And then we'll go for legal defense. Basically what it means is I can fail. I can fail really hard. And it won't actually... Oh, that's interesting. It's actually brought in more prisoners than we can have, I think. No, it hasn't. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's brought in more prisoners, but you see it actually says 326 prisoners. It doesn't actually mean that. Well, it does mean that, but it doesn't mean 326 minimum security or normal whatever security. It means that there's actually 320 plus a bit of change for these here. But why have they been sent there? That's protective custody. So get out. I don't know why that was changed. That is supposed to be protective custody. Bit of a problem here now, because they cannot get through this centre bit. I know people did say we should have swapped these around, so we move all of these solitary up to there, and then move the cells down the bottom. But even then you've got the problem of having to go through the centre. I think you can be escorted through protective custody. There's an easy way to find out, isn't there? So we're going to activate the informants, right? So what's going to happen is they're going to be brought to here. But we need to know how they're going to be brought there. Now these ones here... Oh my god, we've got a Featherstone. We have a Featherstone! Paul Featherstone! I'm sure there's more Featherstones in this place, but we have a Paul Featherstone. Prisoner number 1449527. Sentenced to 8 years for forgery. There you go, we've got a Paul Featherstone. We could, if we really want to, just give him a permanent punishment of lockdown in that own cell, but I don't think we're going to be bothering with that one. This guy's apparently released. He's being escorted to there, so that's fine. They can actually go through the centre. That's fine, that's no problem. If they couldn't be escorted through this and instead they were brought, say, through there and then around and then that way and then up, I wouldn't like that. But looks like everybody's getting escorted to the centre. No problem. Okay, so... we need to sort out this area then. So it is, I guess, brick wall. And I'm just making sure that I get this right. So it's that. Okay. And then... like that. This is obviously our solitary. Done! Alright, so that's solitary, and we need some doors on this. So a large jail door there, large jail door there, and then some standard jail doors on these areas as well. Okay, so that is our other security area. Oh my god, the game absolutely dies. There's another Polaroid as well. Someone getting some ink. Yeah, the game absolutely dies with this mail stuff, and I know several people have said we should get rid of it, and I am really tempted because it does just kill the game. It just you can't. It's almost non-playable really once it goes to this stage. I mean, it's not non-playable. It's perfectly playable, I guess, but it's just so glitched out. What I'm gonna do is go to the mail room, and honestly I'm just going to unassign everybody from it and see what happens. If we don't have any problems later on, if it starts to be okay, there's no lag or anything and the frame rate's actually solid, I know it's the mail room and I won't bother. If it is something else, then I'll reinstate the mail room. So it looks like we need to sort our solitary area out up the top here, so obviously we need to drag that right across, get rid of the centre. I'll just do these ones as well. There we are. Should be able to do that actually. Yeah, there we are. And obviously we're going to spend a crap ton of money on solitary doors. In fact, we're going to spend, hang on, 8 grand. Is that right? I think it's about right. On all of them. While we're here, put the beds in. Deployment, staff only, make sure that back is, it is. This thing here, that's all protective custody, that's fine. And then cells. There we go, they're now protective custody cells. And we need to run some small pipes up. And down. Actually, it might be because I've designated them as cells, it's changed the assignment. No, it hasn't. No, see that one's working fine now. Weird. Weird. But it just seemed to be functioning. Yeah, that should be about right. Okay, so total capacity apparently would be. It should be. Hang on. That's because I've not designated. I was going to say that should be sorted, but it's not. It is now 332. That is our total prisoner capacity for the prison. It will not get any higher than that as far as I can tell because I won't be changing anything else. We do need to go to rooms and then to the back here, which is obviously going to be our other security room, and we need to furnish that. So I think it's going to be a security desk like that. And then how have we got this one? We've got filing cabinets on the left hand side like so, and then we've got chairs top and bottom like that. Okay, we can even put them on the side, to be honest with you. I don't know why I didn't beforehand. There we go. Okay, so I think it's almost time for a bit of a sleep for people. Let's just have a quick check at our deployment. It's not in deployment, it's logistics, isn't it, for prison labour? I always get them because it changed. I've always went, oh yeah. I still haven't got used to it. There's all that. Everyone's assigned to things. Just have a quick look at our programs. Looks like we've got a workshop safety induction with 8 interested. That's very good. Kitchen safety and hygiene, 5 interested. Again, that's running. Foundation education, we've got 7 passed apparently, 41%. Wow, that's actually really good. And more are being interested now as well. Behavioural therapy, 1 finished with 0% pass rate. I'm just going to stop that one. Looks like we need more treatment to drug addiction. Look at the drug addiction we've got going there. Loads of stuff, so we need to put more in the queue. Up to about that one there, that's fine. Alcoholics group therapy, we can start more in as well. Parole is on there. Spiritual guidance, we could start. No, we can't start another one. Still more in the queue. Behavioural therapy, 1 in the queue. Might as well start that again. Guard taser certification, we'll start that one as well. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. Kitchen safety and hygiene, there's even more interested, so we might as well start more programs. There we go. Very, very good. We haven't checked out our prison grading, but we'll have a look. Excellent. Reoffending rate is half now. It was over 25%, I believe. 26 or 28% it was hovering around the area, and now it's reduced to 10%. We've paroled 1 early, and only 1% is reoffended. That's really good. That's basically 1 prisoner out of them 76. So 75 prisoners are being paroled early, only 1 of them is reoffended. That's really good. Our punishment is quite high. Our reform is actually quite low, which is a shame. But now that there's more literacy stuff in here, it should be increasing. Security is high. Health is slowly increasing, but it's a little bit lower than I wanted it to be. I wanted it really to be higher. I wish it actually told you how you increase it, but it doesn't for some reason. Either way, no deaths in custody, no prisoners escaped. Capacity is 292 for some reason, it says there. Oh, that's bad.